Hey guys, Joshua Bane Tech. This is the first edition of What's on My Android. So let me tell you real quick, it's a screen protector and the Cydia Surface. I'm just kidding. Yeah, I know what you want. It's actually what kind of apps I have, so stay tuned. Alright, so here we are back at my Note 3, and again, this is the first edition of What's on My Android. I have never done this kind of video before, so I'm really excited about letting this be the first time. This is my all-time favorite device so far, the Galaxy Note 3, so let's see what I got on it. First of all, we'll take a look at my lock screen, and for right now, I actually just have a stock Samsung Note lock screen. It's just I kind of like having the shortcuts here. There's the different options where you can pull down and see different information, schedule, weather. You can swipe over, unlock it. It's kind of got this nice little ripple effect for the Note 3, so it's pretty cool. Then I have these apps down here. My shortcuts on the bottom is going to be my phone, my messaging, Google search, my email, and camera. And those are my favorite ones to have on my lock screen for shortcuts. Beyond that, I don't really use too much else. Next, let's talk about what kind of launcher and what kind of wallpaper and widgets that I have on my home screen, and this is Nova Launcher. Now, I am tied between using Nova and Aviate. Aviate's actually very cool. It's one of those launcher apps that just kind of looks like it's a different phone altogether. But I tend to like Nova Launcher the best because I like having this stuff down at the bottom, creating folders. Like I have all my social apps in one, all my Google stuff in another. And I also have a dash clock widget, which is really cool. It gives me some shortcuts when I get notifications down here. It just looks cool. Like I have, let's see, I got Stormfly, which is actually my wallpaper background. Talk about that for a second. And this changes with your weather. And as you can see here, I have the stock phone app. I'm going to ignore this. I think it's just from Liberty University, actually, just an automated message, so we'll skip that for now. Anyways, back to, that's right, Stormfly. Stormfly is a new app, very cool. It's got just this nice simple background that changes with the weather. It changes at dusk, at noon. When the weather changes, it changes at nighttime. It's just really cool looking. I like it a lot. It actually comes with a dash clock extension as well, so really cool. And again, I like to see my calendar events. On the left side of that home screen, I only use 3 home screens, and I like to use my contacts on the left hand side, and I always have the Google Now or Google search bar at the top. And on the right, I actually have Google Now. Let's get this refreshed. I like to have access to Google Now because it gives me information like travel time to places, weather, sports scores, and some news. So that's my home screen. That's what I like to use. And so let's go right into my app drawer. Square is the first one on the list. So let's just start from the top and go all the way to the bottom. And Square, it keeps the whole photo. It doesn't crop anything out for Instagram sharing, and if you're on Instagram, you know that sometimes your photos gets cropped out. 1 second every day is a neat little app, kind of like a video Instagram Vine kind of style thing. It takes just these little 1 second clips of all your videos, kind of puts it all together, collaborates it all. 2 colors free, that's a icon package for Nova Launcher. Action Memo, that's obviously with Samsung Note. I have Amazon, Shopping, Amazon Kindle, MP3, and the store. Audible comes on to the Note 3. Avery is a cool photo editing app. It has a lot of different options with it. Pretty cool stuff. You can just take your existing photos or take one from your camera, go to your gallery. It just got a lot of cool filters, and it's actually good for memes. So if you like to create memes, that's a good one to download. Now I have BBM for the heck of it. I'm not really actually using it. I have 1 contact. I have YouVersion's Bible app, very awesome Bible app. I've used it for years now. Black Friday 2013 ads. That is from Deals Plus, and that's a cool website to follow for all kinds of deals. I got my calculator, And then I have this other calculator, which is actually really cool. You can write expressions and things like that. Let's see, show you real quick. So it solves it for you and all that kind of stuff. Really cool. I have my calendar, caller ID, camera. Cache is made by Square, if you're familiar with Square, and basically you can just send cache using this app. Very cool stuff. I use Chrome for my browser. Chrome to phone is an amazing tool. If you're on your computer and you have the desktop shortcut, the Chrome shortcut or extension, you can actually use that to send something to your phone. So really cool. I love it. Clock, contacts, Craigslist, downloads, Google Drive, Dropbox, got eBay. Now, as far as drives and online storage, I actually have a ton. So I've got probably between, let's see, that's about 15 gigs. There's 50 gigs in that. I also have Mega, which is 50 gigs. Box, another 50 gigs. So do the math. That's just a crazy amount of online storage that I'm able to have for these cloud storage services. Now I have my email app, ES File Explorer. I just kind of got used to that when I have a rooted device. It's a really good Explorer app to use, so really cool stuff. Facebook, FanCorps is a cool app if you're into supporting nonprofit organizations. I support To Write Love on Her Arms, and it's a good way to get involved. Fantasy Football, love this app. It's not the best user interface or anything like that, but it's great to keep up with my fantasy football leagues. Yes, I said leagues, not just one. I have 3 fantasy football teams, and I'm actually undefeated in 2, and I'm splitting hairs with my first league that I first signed up with, which is a keeper league. Pretty hard to use. Now, Flexi, that's an awesome keyboard app. Let me open this up real quick. And let's see, open up the tutorial, kind of show you what it looks like. Just a very awesome keyboard. I bounce between this keyboard and Swift Key just because I like them both a lot. Sometimes I like just the standard texting, and this one looks really cool with that. Swift Key, I think it has a slight edge just because of the predictability that it has. Just really good stuff with that. Let's move this on back down. All right, Flipboard. I used to use that a lot, but I don't use it as much. I just kind of tend to go through my Facebook feed and Twitter feed and just kind of be happy with how that goes. Foursquare, check-in app. I like to use it for local deals. A lot of local businesses and so forth give deals for Foursquare users. G Plus Photos, that comes with Google Plus. I got my gallery. Gear Manager. I have GetGlue, and GetGlue, if you're not familiar with it, it is an app where you can check into movies, shows, books, music, and just basically what kind of media you are consuming at the moment. And I have Gmail, Google Settings, Google Plus. Google Plus is just getting really good lately. A lot of cool updates going on. Got Group Play, Hangouts. I'm real pumped about Hangouts coming pretty soon. It's going to have SMS support. I'm really excited about that. And I have a Help, Holo Icons, which is another icon pack for Nova Launcher. Got IMDb, which is a movie reviews app. Instagram, got the stock internet. Don't use stock internet much at all. I just like Chrome better because I can sync it with my computer. Just Unfollow, that's a pretty cool app. I can kind of keep up with who follows me on Twitter and Instagram, who unfollows me. If there's inactive users, I like to use it to clean up my who I follow and things like that. If someone's not been active for 6 months, or even a year at that, just go ahead and get rid of their account to follow. Google Keep is my #1 note keeping app. At Kai's Air, which is almost essential if you have a MacBook, just because of the incompatibility that Samsung devices have with MacBooks. Now, this is Blackboard Learn, and this is like almost an essential tool if you are taking any kind of online courses with a college. You can keep up with your classes, coursework, discussion boards, grades, all that good stuff. Now I got LinkedIn here. Madden 25. I've only played this a couple times just to see what it's like. Plan to put a video together to see what you guys think about it too. Google Maps is my #1 go-to app for my navigation purposes. Now, I use stock messages, but I'm kind of leaning towards downloading a third-party app. Slider Messenger Pro is an option. It's just sometimes I just like to only have one app to do one thing instead of having two apps that do the same thing. I have Facebook Messenger. I am not really sure how to pronounce this. Miogen. That is another icon pack. Mobile hotspots. Google Music. That is my top. Actually, that's not Google Music. That's just the icon for the music app. For Samsung, I got My Files, My Magazine, My Verizon Mobile, NFL Mobile. NFL Mobile is just a real good app to keep up with sports scores and players and news. It actually, it's very helpful. It sends out notifications if there's injuries and things like that, so it helps me keep up with my fantasy football. Nova Settings, that's for Nova Launcher. Package Buddy, very awesome app if you like to use any kind of tracking for your packages. It will actually pick up what kind of service is being used, whether it's USPS, FedEx, or UPS. Pages Manager, a must-have app if you have a Facebook page that you manage. It's very good. Pandora, obviously you know what that is. Paper Camera, just different kind of filters you can use for your images, picture taking, and so forth. PayPal, another great app that just keeps on getting better and better for money management. Pda Net, that is basically a Wi-Fi hotspot service, and it's actually very good in my opinion. It's been the best that I've used throughout the years. Been pretty reliable. I actually bought the paid version so I can get the full benefit of the wireless hotspot. PenUp, that's another Note 3 app that comes pre-installed. Basically you can draw and share. It's like an online community of artists. Really cool stuff. The Stock Phone app. Phone to Google. Now that's like the reverse of Chrome to Phone. And Photo Art, this is a cool one if you like to do the whole, black and white out a picture and the color in the colorful parts, or change the color of only certain parts of a picture. Now Pic Collage. I haven't used this as much because the stock gallery app actually has some pretty good collage options. Now Pinterest, this one is basically, I don't actually use Pinterest, just kind of use it to post content to, but not actually read it. I don't use Pinterest at all for looking up anything. Now talk to my wife, she uses it all the time. Pixlr Express, now this is a phenomenal photo editing app. In my opinion, this is my #1 photo editing app on Android and actually on the computer. All my thumbnails for my YouTube channel, I use Pixlr Express. Very cool, I love it. Planning Center is another awesome app. If you're in a worship band, you can collaborate. The worship leader can send you the set list, the music, MP3 files, or just to listen to, all the chord charts and things like that. So it's a very cool app. Play books, games, magazines, movies, and Play Music is my #1 music app because I can sync my my Google Music to my iTunes, so all my iTunes library content is accessible through this app. So I love being able to save that space on my phone and still be able to listen to all my music. You got the Play Store, Polaris Office 5, basically your Office file documents manager. Radar Now, that's a good app for your weather if you're just interested in the radar. It's a really good radar app. Nike Plus Running, this is one I need to use a little bit more because it's for one coming up to the holidays and I already feel the sweets and desserts hitting me. So maybe I need to start using that more. And S Health is a nice companion to that. It keeps up with, you can keep up with all your diet and exercise and just real cool stuff. It looks up the amount of calories and all that to keep up with your food consumption. So on to S Note, S Translator, S Voice, Samsung Hub, Link. Those are all your Samsung apps there. You got Score Center, Great way to keep up with your favorite teams across the board. And got Scrapbook, another Samsung Note 3 app. Got my settings, setup wizard, sketchbook for gallery or Galaxy, I'm sorry. That's a phenomenal app. Like if you're an artist, there is so much that you can do with this. I'm with a Note 3 Google Plus community, and people post some of the art that they post, and it's just amazing. Just the talent that people have to be able to draw on a device. Slacker, another music service. Sniper Shooter, just a nice time killer type game. Speed Test, testing out my speeds here and there. Spotify, another music app. Gotta have Starbucks. Mainly have Starbucks because when I had my iPhone, the Passbook was a nice little app to use, and it synced with my Starbucks and whatnot. So, and at the time, I had a lot of gift cards coming my way with Starbucks, so it was good to have that. Stormfly, as I described to you before, that is my home screen. It's a live wallpaper that changes throughout the day with your weather and time of day. Story Album, that's another basically a gallery app where you can kind of put together photo albums. SwiftKey, probably my #1 keyboard to use. Tabs, this is Guitar Tabs, and that's, in short, it's a app that has a huge collection of music guitar tabs, and you can transpose the music and whatnot, so I really like that. Tags for likes, I use this for Instagram if I want to post anything to Instagram, try to gain some views and whatnot. TapTap4, it's not as good on Android as it is with iOS. It's a really good game on iOS, I enjoy it a lot, but it's not as good. It's kind of like Guitar Hero or Rock Band for the mobile device. Tapatalk is let's scroll back down. I don't know why I jumped to the top, but Tapatalk is a great app for forums. If you like to keep up with XDA, RootsWiki, IPD forums, just about any forum that you follow, you can use on Tapatalk, and it's a great way to keep up with everything. The Dark Knight Rises, a Batman mobile game, lots of fun. I've enjoyed it on the Note 3. Now the Tesla Unread plugin, that's a cool little app. Let's see if I have it down here. I think it should show. Yep, you see there's a little icon down at the bottom, the red here, and that is what that plugin is, and it basically just lets you know how many unread messages you have in any given app that is assigned to. Weather Channel, Tripadvisor. Tripadvisor is another pre-installed app. Got my TV Guide, Twitter, USAA, that's a banking app, USPS Mobile, Verizon Tones, video app, Vine, Google Voice, very cool. Hopefully Hangouts will just take over Google Voice and be able to use SMS and MMS and all that good stuff via Hangouts. Voice recorder, voice search, voicemail, Viruso. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right, but anyways, that's like a Christian online bookstore, kind of like Kindle or something like that. It has a collection of Christian authors. You got VZ Navigator. I definitely don't use that. I wish I could get rid of it on even stock Android. VZ Protect. WordPress, that's another must-have app if you are a WordPress blogger. I use WordPress for Bane-Tech.com. YouTube, obviously a very much used app for myself. And Zedge, which is my #1 app to get wallpapers or ringtones. That wraps it up for this edition of What's on My Android. This is specifically the Note 3. Let me know what you guys have on your devices. What are some of your favorite apps and games and so forth? Please subscribe to this channel for more content just like this. And until then, I'll see you the next video.